Miss or Mrs. Cheney?
Mrs.
Mrs.
Yes.
Cheney.
Remarried.
You brought this case before the court. What's going on?
So we were friends. We went out for drinks after a promotion, and everybody else left. It left us two. Had a little too much to drink. Anyway, I ended up pregnant. He's completely out of the picture. Doesn't answer text calls, whatever. All of a sudden, he comes to me and says he wants to be a part of our kid's life. And I said, okay, well, you're going to have to give me child support. I'm not just going to let you all of a sudden be dad, you know.
Cheney, you've brought this case before the court. What happened? We were friends, went out for drinks after promotion, and when everyone else left, it was just the two of us. We drank too much, and I ended up pregnant. After that, he disappeared. No calls, no texts, nothing. Now, suddenly, he wants to be part of our child's life. I told him, if you want to be a dad now, you need to pay child support. She believed he was gone for good. Clip 2.
Be a part of our kid's life. And I said, okay, well, you're going to have to give me child support. I'm not just going to let you all of a sudden be dad, you know. And
How old is the child?
He's 18 months.
Okay.
18 months, yep.
Okay, continue.
Oh, I'm sorry. So he's like, well, I can't pay child support, but I'll pay the daycare bill. Daycare's $8.55 a month. Okay. He claims he only makes $24,000 a year. That adds up to almost half his income, if that's what he actually said. I mean, this is not the way a guy who lives a life of $24,000. I mean, that suit probably costs like, I don't know, half that or something.
One wild night led to an unexpected pregnancy. Then he vanished. No calls, no support. Now, out of nowhere, he wants to play dad. But she's not letting him back in so easily. She's demanding child support, and the courtroom is heating.
Lives a life of $24,000. I mean, that suit probably costs like, I don't know, half that or something.
It is a nice suit.
I shop clearance.
Okay.
I do pretty well on sales.
He shops on clearance.
Okay. I've never seen that suit at JCPenney, but all right.
Okay. So $855 a month in daycare. You say you make $24,000 a year.
$24,000 a year, that is correct.
And I do have his tax returns that he produced showing $24,000 a year, but you're self-employed?
That is correct.
So you did your own tax return?
I do, yes.
So is it accurate, or did you manipulate it?
If you're questioning if I'm being honest in my tax returns,
Yes.
I am being honest in my tax returns, Your Honor.
And now, he wants back in. He claims he can't afford child support, yet somehow pays $855 a month for daycare. He says he earns just $24,000 a year, but his lifestyle tells a different story. The judge is skeptical, and so are we.
Questioning if I'm being honest in my tax returns,
Yes.
I am being honest in my tax returns, Your Honor.
Okay. And I can only go based off of what he produces. Living wise, do you live with someone?
I'm in an apartment sharing situation right now with the money I make every month, and with basically close to half of my salary going to pay for daycare for our child. I've got to share. I can't afford my own place on my own.
Okay. And living expenses, they're shared between your roommates?
Pretty much we kind of split the groceries, things like that. Utilities get split evenly.
Okay.
That designer suit says otherwise. She challenges his self-filed tax return. Is he underreporting his income to dodge support? The tension rises as the judge digs deeper into the truth.
Between your roommates?
Pretty much we kind of split the groceries, things like that. Utilities get split evenly.
Okay. Well, then that kind of makes sense. So you're asking, what exactly are you asking for him to do?
My point is that it seems kind of sketchy that he can afford almost $900 a month in daycare, but won't pay child support. I feel like there's something going on with the money situation. There's got to be a reason why he's doing things the way he does.
So you want him to pay $855 in daycare and child support?
I mean, he wants to be a part of his life.
That wasn't my question.
Okay.
Do you want him to pay $855 in daycare as well as...
He argues that half his income goes to daycare. But is that an excuse or a tactic? She's doing the math, and it doesn't add up. The judge listens carefully.
$155 in daycare as well as pay child support on top of that.
I want us to be able to talk and discuss and find a number that works for both of us and that I think is fair.
Okay.
Just because I make more money than him doesn't mean I should be covering all of the child's expenses. $855 is daycare.
I definitely agree with that. I agree with that. So what is the middle ground that you're looking for? Because legally, he cannot pay daycare and child support. I mean, you can't have it both ways. So what would be a middle ground for you?
I guess we'd have to kind of discuss what would be child support versus daycare and...
How can he afford $855 a month for daycare, but nothing else for his child? She suspects he's playing financial games, and the judge starts pressing for answers.
What would be child support versus daycare and how the parental responsibilities would change. Would you get him on weekends? Would you get him on holidays? Things like that. So, because he doesn't live real close either, you know.
Well, we're here today, so let's discuss it. Like I said, he cannot pay daycare on top of child support. It just can't happen. So if you were to give him a number that's in between the $24,000 because when you break that down based on child support for one child, it's not a lot of money. So if you were, let's say it's about $300.
She isn't asking for a handout, just fairness. Just because she earns more doesn't mean she should cover everything. But the law says he can't be forced to pay both. So, where's the middle ground?
Say it's about $300 in child support. If you add that to $855, you're talking about child support in excess of $1,000. Are you asking that he pay $1,000 in child support?
I guess not exactly. I don't.
Well, I'm still trying to figure out why you're here and what you're asking me to do.
I guess I'm just trying to figure out what to do with the situation with him. I don't have a law degree. I don't have a lawyer. I don't know exactly how these things work.
Okay. And I'm helping you guys as much as I can.
Yeah, so I didn't know that you couldn't do daycare and child support. And I don't know I've never had child support before.
He also wants time with the child, weekends and holidays. But is that fair? If he's barely contributing financially, with only $300 in possible child support, the stakes are shifting quickly.
I didn't know that you couldn't do daycare and child support. And I don't know I've never had child support before. I have no idea. I don't know, what you can do, what you can't do, what happens with visitation and stuff like that. He was absent the entire first year, completely absent. So I paid 100% of everything. He was in the hospital after he was born. I took care of those bills.
And you didn't give her any money?
Not at that point, Your Honor, no.
What was the reason for that?
I was effectively in the same situation I am now. Again, being self-employed, my income has not gone up. There was a little bit of a disconnect between the two of us. I probably, looking back, should have stepped in sooner, and that's all I'm trying to do now.
Okay.
I want to have a relationship.
She's at a breaking point. No lawyer. No idea what she's legally allowed to demand. But one thing's clear. She's tired of carrying this burden alone. Will the judge help, or will she leave just as lost as when she arrived?
All I'm trying to do now.
Okay.
I want to have a relationship with our son. The amount I'm paying on a monthly basis is already, again, 45% or so.
It's a lot.
Of my income. I don't know the percentages, etc., what I'm required to do. I feel I'm already stepping up, and by paying the full daycare, as far as I know, and I've talked to some friends, I'm paying more than I actually have to.
He actually is. Because if we were to break down, based on what it is that he makes, if we were to break down, and you only have one child?
Yeah.
Okay, if we were to break down
that he knows of. Let's just go ahead and put that.
What was that? How would you know?
Well, he knocked me up and left.
She paid for the birth, the hospital bills, and the first year of her child's life, all on her own. Now suddenly he wants rights. Can a father just walk in when it's convenient for him?
Go ahead and
What
put
was
that.
How would you know?
Well, he knocked me up and left for a year. So, there might be some other women out there.
Wait a minute. In fairness,
that may not be able to count how many partners they've been with, but I know it was his kid.
In fairness, he wasn't alone in knocking you up.
I get that. And I took 100% responsibility for that child for a full 12 months. Okay.
Let's not blame it all on him. You have one child, correct? Okay, so let's stick to what is in front of us. We're not worried about any other children that may be out there. So based on the financial documents that he provided at 20%, his child support should only be about $349.
He argues he's paying more than required. His friends say he's overpaying. But she fires back. What about the bar tabs? The judge crunches the numbers, and the tension is unbearable.
His child support should only be about $349. And then health insurance is paid through you.
Yes.
How much do you pay?
It's like 130 or something a month. It comes right out of my check, so I'm not sure the exact amount of it.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I'm looking
130,
at
133, something like that.
I'm looking at what you also turned in. It looks like it's about $113.
13, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is what we're going to do to make it fair, because he is paying about 3 times the amount that his child support should be.
Yeah, well, his bar bills are about the price of that too, so.
Well, so are yours.
She's had enough. She suspects he may even have other children. He pushes back, but the damage is done. The judge tries to control the room, but the courtroom just exploded.
Bills are about the price of that too, so.
Well, so are yours. But as I was saying, his child support is going to be set at what the daycare amount is. That's the fairest way to do it. At least we know that by you paying daycare, the child's daycare expense is covered each month. So that's something you do not have to worry about. And you will have to reimburse her for the health insurance that she has on the child. So when you add the $855 plus the $113, it comes out to $968 a month in child support. So $968 would be all that he pays. And out of that, that would include whatever, if you change daycares, let me just make sure I'm very clear.
Based on his earnings, support should be $349, but he's paying $855. Add another $113 for health insurance, and the judge has to decide, is this too much or fair? These numbers could change everything.
If you change daycares, let me just make sure I'm very clear on this. If you change daycares and the amount goes up to $1,000, all he's responsible for is the $855 for the daycare. That's it. That's all you're responsible for. But the health insurance, if you have health insurance available through your job, you can enroll the child under health insurance and remove that $113 additional charge, and you'll be only responsible for $855.
To make sure I understand, so I'm already paying $855 a month as compared to the $349 that you calculated.
Yes.
I should be responsible for.
Judge rules, $968 a month. She snaps back. His bar tabs are just as high. Both sides throw shade, but the child's future hangs in the balance.
$349 that you calculated.
Yes.
I should be responsible for.
Well,
So now we're saying, well, instead of basing it off of $349, potentially lowering it, or at least the two of us coming to some sort of agreement and saying, I'm already paying 45% of my salary. I've got to pay now $968 a month, which is, again, more than double what I'm supposed to be paying in child support.
you've been paying, although it's 3 times the amount, you've been comfortably paying this. This isn't something that she necessarily, well, when I say comfortably, I don't know your financial.
Judge limits support to daycare expenses, unless he also adds the child to his health insurance. He questions it, especially since he's already paying more than required. But for now, the ruling is final.
Isn't something that she necessarily, well, when I say comfortably, I don't know your financial situation, but you've been paying it for some time.
With roommates and
Right.
TV
And I
dinners.
understand, but under Texas law, we can deviate from what the guideline support should be if we find good reason to do it. And daycare expenses, they are considered one of those reasons. Now, if you two, while you're here, you want to agree to a lesser amount, if you want to meet in the middle and say, let's say you decide to do 700, let's say you decide to say 750, that's what you.
That ruling means 45% of his income goes to support. Still, she argues it's not enough. The courtroom is heating up, and the judge's patience is wearing thin. Will they ever find common ground?
Say 750, that's what you can do. But based on what you all have been telling me, you've been paying daycare, it's $855. That would be in the best interest of the child to at least make sure that the daycare expense is covered.
Understood.
So, like I said, if you guys decide to come with something different, you can come back and modify that, and I'd be happy to enter in the number that you all come up with. Is there anything further today?
I don't think so, Your Honor.
Okay. Anything further?
No, thank you.
Okay. Well, there's nothing further. You all are dismissed.